attorney and I represent employees in discrimination lawsuits. My goal for this channel is to make sure you know and understand your employment law rights and you know what to do when you need to use them. Now, there are 2 rules regarding this channel. The first is the information that I provide you does not create an attorney-client relationship. And also, the information that I'm providing is not legal advice. I am purely giving this information to you all for educational purposes. Now, today we're really going to focus on balancing work and family during the holidays, which is going to include me providing you some legal tips for taking some time off. The purpose of this video is to address common legal and practical challenges you may face during the holiday season, such as requesting time off or navigating those overtime demands. Now, this is especially true for those of you who have aging parents or even have children that you are raising and rearing. During the holiday season, this typically is a time where we kind of connect in with our parents and seeing what's going on and see if they need extra special care. Now, this is also something I want you all to start thinking about and use these tips throughout the year because one part of this is when you take time off, I want you to start thinking about, is this something that can be approved as leave under the ADA accommodation or FMLA, or do I have to use my PTO? And this came to my attention, especially just personally kind of hit home because I was dealing with some family members who their husband needed to take some time off because they had surgery, and the wife started using her PTO to help care for her husband. I said, hey, wait a minute, make sure you're using FMLA because you can use that as well. So first, we want to hop on in and talk about one of the ways you can take some time off from work to care for someone is through the FMLA, or it's called the Family Medical Leave Act, which provides you with 12 weeks of leave during a 12-week period. Now, you first have to make sure your employer is covered under the Family Medical Leave Act, and there's 2 things you got to look at. One is you have to make sure there are 50 employees within a 75-mile radius. Also, you have to make sure that you're meeting one of the requirements of receiving FMLA. First is the birth of a child, or you're taking care of a newborn within 1 year of the child's birth. Second is the placement with with a person or you of a child for adoption or foster care, and to take care for a newly placed child within 1 year of placement. Thirdly is to care for your spouse or your child or even your parent who suffers from a serious health condition. Fourthly, if you are dealing with a serious health condition, you are able and you're unable to perform some of the essential functions of your job, you can take FMLA leave. Also, lastly is any qualifying exigency arising out of the fact that your spouse, your son or your daughter or parent is covered as covered military member on a covered duty. Now, there are 2 types of FMLA. There is intermittent leave. That's where you can take days or hours at a time off. And secondly, there's what's called continuous leave. That means you can take weeks at a time off in order for you to take care of someone else or take care of yourself. Now, typically, FMLA is unpaid. Pursuant to statute, it is unpaid leave. However, your company may pay people who are on FMLA. Now, that usually occurs when the company is running FMLA concurrently with short-term disability. Now, you may experience pushback for requesting FMLA or requesting vacation or personal days. Now, first, if you are experiencing pushback and you're requesting FMLA, you need to make sure you document your request for FMLA, the reason why you're requesting FMLA, and make sure you're informing your employer that it is your statutory right to receive FMLA if it is under the approved reasons for requesting that leave. Second, if you are using paid time off and you need to take some paid time off because you need a vacation, you need to unplug, you want to see if you compare yourselves to other individuals who are outside your protected class who have taken time off and there's been no pushback. Now, you may think, Amber, protected class, a person outside of my protected class, a comparator. really, when you think about that, you need to look at someone who's different from you, right? So if you are an African American person and you compare yourself to your Caucasian or Hispanic or counterparts, coworkers, and if they've been able to take PTO, you should be able to take PTO as well. Also, if you are over the age of 40, then you can compare yourself to individuals who are at least 10 years younger than you. If they were able to be approved for PTO, then you should as well. Now, there are some tips also about how you can effectively communicate your need to HR. First, as always, document your request. Now, I also want to tell you, when you document your request, using your personal and your business email address. Okay, make sure you do that. Secondly, usually employers are using a third party for you when you're requesting FMLA or short-term disability. When you are dealing with a third party, there are some things that you have to do. First is, I want you to keep a notebook. Keep a notebook and in that notebook include every time you call the third party, include the name of the person who you're speaking with, and also include the resolution of the call. Like, what steps do you have to take next and when you complete those steps. Now, as always, we're going to provide you with a freebie, which is going to be a checklist of your FMLA rights and how you can make sure you are entitled to FMLA. So we're going to include that checklist. You can look at the link below and download that checklist. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please like, please subscribe, and also please share. And also have a fantastic holidays. Have a great day. Bye.